We were the first state to have a Muslim congressman in Keith Ellison. We were the first state to have a Muslim congresswoman in Ilhan Omar, who has been serving honorably and serving CD5 and has been a rock star for all of us and a voice that we truly needed.
Is it a coincidence that Muslims have been the method lately? We got Zoran, Fateh, El Sayed, big election cycle for progressive Muslims. I don't think it's that confusing. I think, like, living in the United States of America, if you are from a Muslim background, you're, with the exception of Zoran, I would say, Zoran is the exception in this regard. You're usually coming from a lower income area regardless. You're coming from a minority group in the country that has seen the economic devastation firsthand, and therefore your policy vision reflects that reality. It's the same reason why, like, American Muslims, by and large, post 9/11, are one of the more reliable progressive voting blocs in the country. And it's so funny that people still do this shit where this guy just said progressive Muslim is an oxymoron. Right now, in the United States of America, the most progressive politicians in office are by and large Muslim, especially on the Democratic Party front. Every single Democrat, Rashida Tlaib, Ilhan Omar, Zohran Mamdani, Abdul El Sayed is running for office, as we saw. These are the most progressive candidates in the country. Pro-trans, pro-labor rights, anti-militarism. They are the most leftist candidates you have. And people cope and seethe and say they're cultural Muslims at best, which is crazy to say about Ilhan Omar, who wears a hijab. It's crazy to say even about Zoran. Like, no, these guys are actually straight up. They are much more Muslim than I am. They are following the faith much better than I am. Okay. I can't speak on Omar. I don't know. Like, I don't know how much he practices or whatnot, but yeah, Ruhr Roman is another one. It's so funny to me that people still run with this like unimaginable cope where they're like, oh, they must be faking it. Bro, it's like you always say, I can be a progressive Jew, no problem, but God forbid a Muslim runs as a progressive. And I think a part of that is because of the fact that Muslims are actively attacked. Islamophobia makes it much easier to monolithize the entire religion and certainly the entire followers of this faith in the United States of America, even when all evidence points to the contrary. There are polls that show that this is not the reality, right? They are far more open-minded and far more progressive, Muslim Americans are, than evangelical Protestants are, for example. White evangelical Protestants are a much more consequential force in American politics. They're much larger in number. Obviously, it's a more fundamentalist segment of the broader Christian religion, but, you know, they are a far more consequential group that has far larger numbers than Muslims do. And Muslims are much more progressive than evangelical Christians are in this country.